Hello again, adventurers. Welcome back to the Book of Lore, the official For the King 2 devlog series. I'm Rogan, community manager on For the King, and you're basically stuck with me for the rest of these. Today we're talking about For the King 2's story. There might be some light For the King 1 spoilers, but don't worry, we won't spoil For the King 2 for you. We just want to set the scene, tell you where we're at. We'll also talk about some of the new and returning playable classes. Let's get right into it. Fahrul owes you a great debt after the events of the first game, and if you haven't beaten it yet, there's still time. Go beat it.
With For the King 1, we wanted to create a whimsical world inhabited by fun and quirky characters. But our story was also quite dark and ominous. We really liked that juxtaposition. It allowed us to break the tension of what otherwise could have been a pretty grim experience, especially considering how challenging the game can be.
Things seemed pretty peaceful after the first adventure, but now a new danger threatens the land and the people of Fahrul. They'll need your help once again. Again, we won't spoil too much, but Fahrul has once again been plunged into darkness. The once peaceful and prosperous land is now a place of paranoia and tyranny.
Queen Rosamond in her new reign has grown wicked and has ordinary Farulians feeling uneasy. While some citizens now live in fear, others have formed a resistance.
And that's where our story begins. Our heroes have joined the resistance, aiming to rid Fahrul of the ruthlessness and distress and bring it back to its once peaceful ways.
We're essentially looking to push the extremes in For the King 2. The story is darker overall, but we're also leaning more heavily into the whimsical characters and scenarios they find themselves in. We also want to show how Fahrul has changed in the time between the first and second games. There is a significant time jump, so it'll be interesting to see returning heroes and locations.
And now you might ask, who are these heroes you speak of? Well, let me introduce you. If you played the first For the King, you'll recognize some familiar faces returning to the front line.
The blacksmith is the squad's tank. Troubled times bring demand for weapons, so they have no shortage of work these days. Many blacksmiths have decided they'd rather not sell to the Queen's Guard, a position that is not appreciated by Rosamond's new favored enforcers. The hunters are ranged specialists. They are not well loved in Rosamond's new order. They're armed, self-sufficient, and at a moment's notice, they can melt away into the wilderness. Just the type to chafe at her cloying new laws, also just the type to resist. The scholar is an expert in the use of magic. The Queen's Guard have descended on the schools and universities of Fahrul, looking to sniff out any brewing dissent. Smart scholars, of which there are many, have decided this is a fine time for an extended sabbatical.
But these are just the returning heroes. For the King 2 brings with it a lot of new blood.
Pathfinders are lifelong wanderers who spend more time in the trackless wilds than in any town. Now that the overworld is much larger, and I mean much larger, we felt we needed a class that specialized in mapping and terrain traversal.
She also wields a boomerang, so how awesome is that?
And finally, the alchemist brings a blend of magic and chemistry to the fight. In For the King 2, we've added many different types of potion bombs. We felt we needed a class to specialize in these new throwable items, so look out for the guy with the crazy hair.
We'll keep the rest of the new classes a mystery for now, though. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Like I said before, we've got a bunch of these Book of Lore videos planned for you, so make sure you wishlist For the King 2 on Steam and follow us on social wherever you are. Thanks again, and we'll catch you in the next one, adventurers.